All of us want to change. We all want to accomplish big things in life, suffer less, and cherish more. We have high standards of the kind of person we need to be or should be and set ourselves overwhelming goals. We are rarely satisfied, and the older we get, the more we are exposed to the world around us, the loftier our expectations are from ourselves. The gap between who we are today and who we want to be keeps widening, and we keep waiting for that someday to arrive when we attain near perfection and enjoy that better quality of life we desire. What if I said this was unrealistic and that we are coming in our own way of feeling more satisfied and content with our life right here, right now? We don't need to turn our lives around 360 degrees to enhance its quality. All it takes is some micro efforts done consistently over a long period. Are you curious to know more? Then tune in to the entire episode to hear my 5 1% shifts that you can do today to enhance the quality of your life. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Own Your Everyday series of the Being Miraculous podcast. I'm your host and self-awareness coach Shweta Shivraman, back with insights and micro practices you can use in your busy lives to own your everyday. In today's episode, we will look at why having unreasonable expectations of self-transformation can be a dampener and 5 ways to make 1% shifts in our days starting today to enhance the quality of our lives. Self-help is a multi-million-dollar industry. From books to courses to merchandise, there's a lot of money that changes hands, all of it trying to milk people's aspirations for growth and improvement. While some of it is genuinely good in helping us gain perspective and improve us for the better, there are many ways this obsession can ruin our lives. 1. It sets unrealistic standards. We've all heard of billionaire morning routines which have 30 different activities. If we aspire to do all 30 of them, we would end up doing only that all day. But that's what happens when we see ideals around us out of context and try to apply them to our lives without introspection, without contemplation. We set tall benchmarks and then beat ourselves up when we don't live up to them. 2. It reinforces inferiority. For some of us who lack faith in ourselves and feel that at some level we are not okay, all of this information reinforces the same inferiority complex we experience within, and it only increases our resistance towards making change happen. We end up adding more obstacles between where we are today and where we'd like to be. The truth is, until we accept ourselves as we are, we cannot aspire to grow. And this is the fundamental flaw that keeps us stuck in a loop of inferiority, inadequacy, and inaction. 3. It creates imbalances. If we have overwhelming expectations from ourselves and what we can do in a day, say we want to wake up 2 hours earlier, meditate, go for a run, work 8 hours, spend quality time with family, be there for friends, read for an hour, learn for an hour, pursue a hobby, and get 8 hours of quality sleep, what do you think is going to happen? Needless to say, we are not going to get all of it done. Instead, we will compensate or overcompensate one thing with the other. If we are hell-bent on reading and learning, we might sacrifice our sleep. Some others might isolate themselves and cut themselves off from family and friends to check more boxes. All of these create imbalances and are ultimately unsustainable. The most basic example for this is what happens with our New Year resolutions, right? We set ourselves unreasonable benchmarks that are unsustainable, and then we create imbalances in our day-to-day lives. So what can we do instead? Lower our expectations. Instead of trying to turn our life 360 degrees, maybe we can aspire to be slightly better than we were the day before. James Clear proposes that if we can better ourselves just by 1% each day, over a year, we are going to be 37.78% better than where we were at the start of the year. Isn't that quite a brilliant stat to be 38% better than what we were? To me, this is close to the Japanese concept of Kaizen, where instead of a big end goal, you begin with small 1% improvements you can do in your day-to-day lives to move forward one step. The concept is simple. Massive transformations begin with undertaking small actions consciously and consistently. All three parts are equally important. It has to be small actions or baby steps. 2, it needs to be consciously undertaken. They are not random, but actions chosen based on reflection. And 3, they need to be executed consistently over time. If we can do just this, day in and day out, without giving in to boredom or impatience, we can build a foundation for long-term success. Here are 5 ways that have worked for me to achieve those 1% shifts that can help us enhance the quality of our lives right here, right now. 1. Pausing. In a world where we are constantly expected to do and continuously firefight, pausing is a revolutionary act. To simply be and observe what's happening can be a game changer. 2. Journaling. Another activity that helps in deepening clarity and choosing consciously on what we must engage with every day is journaling. Waking up each day and consciously setting intentions on what's most important for us to accomplish that day can drastically transform our lives over time. 3. Reflecting. A lot of life is understood only in retrospection. Taking the time to reflect and asking ourselves, what did we intend to do? What did we end up doing? Are our actions in line with our beliefs and our values? And what can we do better tomorrow is a powerful way to take stock and do better day after day after day. Earlier this year, I'd done an episode on 5 questions we can ask ourselves daily to make this reflection process more effective. Check that out if you'd like to know what to start reflecting on daily. 4. Challenging your beliefs. As we grow up, we start to become rigid with our beliefs and what we know, and this limits our openness to new experiences. Every now and then, we should challenge ourselves to ensure we don't become too inflexible. We can simply ask ourselves, what if the opposite were true? And see where our reflections take us. 5. Appreciating what we already have. We fail to recognize the value of what we have until we lose it. That's a fundamental human flaw. Taking time every day to appreciate what we already have, great relationships, a lovely home, teachers, knowledge, our life journey so far, our body, our health, our mind, all of this helps us to be more in that energy of gratitude. Moreover, it also helps us savor life and its blessings more than waiting in misery for an uncertain and unknowable tomorrow. So there's your Own Your Everyday tip for this week. Stop setting yourself unreasonable 360-degree self-transformational goals. Instead, start today with these or any other practices that can help you make those 1% micro shifts. Believe me, there will come a day when you'll find yourself unrecognizable from your persona in the past. Day after day, nothing might seem to change. But over time, you'll notice everything has changed. Just stick with it. And remember the 3 aspects: small actions, consciously undertaken, and executed consistently. That's all we need to do. Until we meet again, this is Shweta Shivaraman signing off, hoping you have a phenomenal week ahead.